is. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. Cause if they make the wrong move, it cost shit. You see me, they like, ooh, chemo sabi. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to bullshit. They see me, they like, ooh, chemo sabi. I'm on my body, real niggas right beside me. Damn right, I brought my army, going up like a rocket, and can't nobody stop me. These niggas garbage, so watch your mouth, boy. Coming all black, slithering house, call me mouth, boy. I'm off the hip like a cowboy. I'm a king, you should bow, boy. So they like, damn, man, you cut up. Nothing I can handle. 144 in the booth, going Rambo. Niggas do you dirty like a stick in a bando. That's why I play the corner like a bum with a banjo. I'ma lead by example. Ooh, chemo sabi, got this bitch off the hand. Got the juice, got the drip, about to hit the bitch with the salt. It ain't rap, it's assault. Can't taste a bitch unless you with the coke. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. Cause if they make the wrong move, it cost shit. You see me, they like, ooh, chemo sabi. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to bullshit.
I do it how a veteran be. You better than me. I'm Reggie at the edge of the key. It's all money, no honey. Think you settle and see. You locked up, fucked up, and it's back to the streets. It's One West. You can check the residency. I reside with soldiers died on the soles of their feet. Cause there's death before designer. Ain't no coward in me. Cause I'm cold as a bitch's shoulder. You ain't calling a week. Get the cooking on this beat. Hope you like it well done. Got them killers rolling with me and they all red rum, red rum, red rum. Got you fucking scared some. Get the banging on this beat till my fucking head numb. Black Glock, red drum, black and yellow Air Ones. Homie, you ain't got a vest. I suggest you wear one.
Told these niggas we was going up. They was doing a lot of talking. Now these niggas ain't saying shit.
Feeling like a legend in this shit. Lil nigga, I'm past veteran. Never feeling third. Lil nigga, I'm past second. Guns, I gotta have them all like Ash Ketchum. Shotty break a nigga ribs up like his wife left him. We all steppin'. Kill you with kindness cause I'm dead nice. That 5'7" put you 6 feet, not talking height. That judge giving out 5 but you doing life. These hands are rude GPS. A mean right. That's mean right. We build different, you know the vibes. And we something authentic, we notarized. I keep a 144 because I know a God. Noah's Ark, you know I'm with animals when we flowing by. We back again, no cap, when I'm with Cap again. Yeah, they say they want smoke until we matching them. Everything righteous, so you know when we get back at them, you get hit up with a K, but no acronym.
They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. Cause if they make the wrong move, it cost shit. You see me, they like, ooh, chemo sabi. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to bullshit.
Yeah, what's going on there, bro? I am Priest and General Hazayan live in the studio with Priest and Captain Mashak Mayam, Priest and Captain Naya Sa, Priest and Officer Kazak Ahmad, Priest and Officer a warrior. I'm sorry, a Biden. No, I was right first time, wasn't I?
Arawadia.
I was close. Daggone it. What's up, boy? What's going on, Hebrew? Let's get it in, baby. Hey, man, this is once again, we're standing up for Commander Daniel Harder, the hardest working man in Israel. And we got some bang-up stories in here, man, to tell you, man. Let me tell y'all something, right? These are times that you got to stand strong in this truth, man. You're going to hear some things going on out here today in this earth. And now the time for us to stay strong with the Most High. You understand me? Now you thought, who that strong warrior you got sitting beside you right there, brother?
These Officer Kapariat, sir.
Hey, what's going on, Shalom, warrior? You know what I mean? Let's get it in, Hebrew.
Shalom, General. I'm glad to be here, Ottawa.
Man, I'm glad to see you here with us, brother. Come on, I'm glad to be here too. You know what I mean? So with that being said, woo, Rashad, hit him with that first story, brother.
So
this first story, brother, is a humdinger, man. You understand? Go ahead.
So this is a brother this week on August, I believe, August 2nd. They found his body, down there lynched in New Jersey. Is ridiculous with everything that's going on.
Hold on, Rashad. I didn't hear the story. You kidding me?
Yeah, sir.
Hey, Shalom, so you have a
What's up,
Well, ain't not much, sir. But ain't not much right here. Get ready to get this in.
Yeah,
go ahead, Michelle.
Victor Perkins, 21-year-old black man, allegedly found dead hanging from a tree with his hands tied behind his back. A 21-year-old black man named Victor Perkins has passed away. Perkins was laid to rest, Circle of Life Funeral in Camden, New Jersey. No cause of death has been confirmed yet, as no health issues or other causes of death have been learned to be associated with the passing.
So now, with that being said, they said no cause of death, right? But I'm shocked. Can you tell me his head was missing?
They say his hands was tied behind his back, and he was found hanging from a tree.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Perkins was allegedly found dead with his hands tied behind his back while he was hanging from a tree, according to Inclusive Freedom Instagram post.
Go ahead.
It's like it, sir.
Keep on reading.
The Instagram post also states he was a few minutes away from his house where his body was found, and it happened in broad daylight between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. We have yet to confirm any of these claims that Inclusive Freedom have made on social media. All we have confirmed is that Victor Perkins has passed away. We have reached out to Atlantic City Police Department for more information on Victor Perkins' passing. Our condolences goes out to Victor Perkins' family.
Hold on. Where did this happen at?
In New Jersey.
Camden, sir.
Camden, New Jersey.
But if this happens to this young brother in Camden, Atlantic City is about like a half an hour to 45, maybe an hour away from New Jersey.
Right.
So why they call Atlantic City PD?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Hold on one second. Like, why would they, is he from Camden? Is he from Jersey? I mean, what part of Jersey is he from?
So, like, sir, it says the incident happened in Camden.
Right, I got that part there, but it said they called.
No, Slocky, sir. It only says that the funeral home is in Camden, so this might have happened in Atlantic City, sir.
Hold on one second. Hold on for 1 minute. Okay, hold on a second.
So while they're doing that, we could get suicide off the table, right?
Yeah,
Hands tied behind the back, right?
yeah.
But
Take that off the table.
they're gonna say he did it himself anyway. Like this week on the tape the general ran with Vox Booker.
Right.
Vox Booker last year, you know, them Edomites beat him until his voice get, you know, pitch high. He was like, I'm okay. Because they done terrified him. And they called for the noose. And they charged him with felony assault this week. In his own lynching, in his own attempted lynching. So even if his hands tied, they're gonna say that Negro found a way. They're gonna say he found a way to do it to himself.
If I could too, sir. You recall last year, this is right after during or right after the George Floyd events, where there was several quote unquote suicides by trees with the hands tied behind the back with notes, right? One of them happened at a Walmart. I forgot exactly what state, but I also pulled another article. This comes out of July of 2020, last year, where it found 4 brothers or 4 so-called African Americans hanging from a tree. You know what I'm saying? Of course, they were saying that one of them was a homeless dude. This was around in May. Another one happened in Texas. Another one happened in the Bronx. And I believe the one in the Bronx was also the other incident I recall now, where they found him lynched on a tree with the hands tied behind the back, and they call those incidents suicide. Now, I don't know, but when you're trying to create conspiracy theories here, but this article that I just read sounds familiar to that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Like right now, they ain't you know, they're not putting anything you can't put nothing past them when it comes to black people and black and Hispanic people. It's like they'll do whatever and then blame it on us somehow.
That's right.
They'll do whatever and blame the whole coronavirus. The tag on the damn virus says made in China, but somehow black and Hispanic people is the problem. Somehow, you know, we the real issue. They make a law to protect the Asians when they should have made a law to keep them out from every country. Until now, nobody, the whole economy, the world economy would not have been in shambles. Nobody would have had to stop trade if they just kept, you know, make the whole China wall global. Keep them in there. Keep them in Wuhan. And listen, the Chinese people was doing it. Remember, they was welding apartment building doors shut. They was keeping people inside. They was damn near quarantining their own people, but they allow everybody to travel everywhere, which is ridiculous.
Hey, Mashak.
Yes,
where
sir.
Where did this story come from? Because I can't find this story nowhere else.
Come.
You understand? Like, I can't find the story about the man being lynched nowhere else. I checked black men lynched in New Jersey and black men lynched in Atlantic City, and I can't find it.
Come.
I cannot find it.
Also, too, sir, if I could also, with some of the, you know, as we see in certain videos, where some brother might be handcuffed, put in the back of a patrol car, and mysteriously died while in the possession of the police. That sounds like that type of lynching, but it's not on a tree. Yeah, you know, these incidents, of course, do happen, and a lot of times, if it's not for the UPK, nobody would really know about it.
I agree with you there. I agree with you, but Mashak, I don't see no hanging in Jersey. Ain't nothing coming up in my Google search.
So
No.
we could drop it in, sir.
Yeah, I don't see nothing. Unless somebody else sees something.
I just
Somebody got it?
I saw the story and I'm looking at I believe what his obituary.
Who's the obituary?
Victor Perkins, the brother.
But yeah, that's what the brother found when he put his name in. He found it came up.
Mm-hmm.
He put what's the brother's name? Victor Perkins?
Come.
I'm looking at it right now. Because I was looking, and I'm wondering why this ain't been out on the news. Maybe it's just me. Where is the buzz.com?
So they say he passed away on I believe it's July 2nd.
What you have,
Say multiple reports confirm Victor was brutally hanged to death on a tree 12 feet above the ground.
Go ahead and read it out.
Hold on, come.
All right, what do you find? What the brother find?
He wants to read it now, sir.
Now, where you get it from? What's the source?
I just typed in Salaki, sir. I just typed in Victor. Where was Victor Perkins found dead at? I typed that in Google.
Where you reading it from here?
This is
this is his obituary here for Victor Perkins Jr.
And so, like you said, and what I realize with these news and all too, when it comes to the Esau apparently like stuff like this, he will, you know what I mean, wait for months to pass before he actually bring the story actually start to surface on the internet. You know what I mean? By that time, black people, you know what I mean, have bills to pay, you know what I mean, COVID to think about. So there's only one main story I've seen, and that's the that's on what I call somewhere is the buzz.
Right. And you see his obituary.
Yeah, and I saw his obituary. And it was July the 2nd. And now the story actually is August the 2nd.
Right.
You understand?
Want to read this?
You want me to read some more, John?
Yeah, read some more, but I'm still not saying it. I understand that, but I don't know. I ain't certain, man. I don't know if this might be because it would be more out there if this brother got hung like that. I don't see why it's not. I can't really. I see the obituary and I see it, but I don't know. I don't know. All right, come on, read the story since we're here.
Okay. Multiple reports confirm Victor Perkins Jr. was brutally hanged to death on a tree 12 feet above the ground with his hands tied at his back at Oscar E. McClinton Waterfront Park in New Jersey.
Go ahead.
I will come. Victor Mungie Perkins Jr. was born on March 17th, 2000. Victor Perkins Jr. worked at Whole Foods and attended Rutgers. Like every death, the coming to an end of Victor Perkins Jr. life has sent shivers down the spine of many. The question of how the life of Victor Perkins Jr. ended is being asked by many concerned individuals, especially those that are close to the family. Nonetheless, it appears only little can be known, but now pending when the family will make a definite statement on this.
So the family hasn't made a statement yet about this time.
Come.
Mashak, I don't know about this one here. I don't know.
So, like, sir.
Go ahead.
So with the same brother here, but I found that same article, but it dated different date. But it's in this article, this circular called "The Press of Atlantic City," and it's dated July 2nd, 2021. But it definitely saying the same thing that Agrawadi is reading right now, though. They found the body at Oscar E. McClinton Jr. Waterfront on New Hampshire and Melrose Avenues. The brother was found on a Friday. 21-year-old found hanging. Of course, I'm assuming that the article is being read now is more detailed because right here, as I'm looking, it's not all the information. So probably the article that's being read right now is the updated version, sir.
Okay. Yeah, we could definitely drop it. Cause I know the first article the brother say it said the cause of death they ain't even give him the mention and how he was found and the cause of death. They just kind of leave it open. So it could be they didn't have a whole ton of it or not.
All right, let's pass on it. Listen, I'm passing. I just want to verify some more to make sure this is a legitimate story. And that's all. You know what I mean? Some of the sources ain't legitimate sources where we get our stuff from. Let's pass and let's keep on going.
Council. We could go to Como.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, go to Como. Isn't Como the same
Yeah.
one who said we fixed COVID, not the most high?
Right.
Isn't he one that said we cured COVID or we got rid of COVID, not the Lord?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Let's go to Como. Come on.
You got it?
He's pulling up the ad. It's not.
Like New York Mayor Cuomo, he ain't, you know, COVID ain't the only one touching people. Yeah, I mean, COVID ain't the only one, you know, reaching out and touch somebody's hand.
Right.
Make it a better place if you can. Yeah, I mean, Cuomo, he's, you know, touchy, feely. Yeah, I mean, you have it really go ahead, Arwani, please.
This is from the New York Times. Governor Andrew Lucky. This is bringing up. Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Cuomo will resign, but first he needs to get through 5 stages of grief. Andrew Cuomo has had quite a year. A few short months ago, he was heralded as the noblest, boldest, and sexiest governor in American history, credited with steering us through the darkest days of the pandemic. Last week, our gubernatorial Emmy winner and $1 million author was seen sitting morosely poolside, meditating on the landscaping, wondering where everything went wrong. Cuomo's triumph over COVID-19, once the subject of universal acclaim, was in fact a documented disaster, with at least 15,000 nursing home deaths accountable to his policy of insisting that broken down care facilities that make contagious, vulnerable people. After Trump's electoral defeat, the wall of silence about Cuomo's missteps began to crumble, and grumbling over the nursing homes debacle started to draw attention outside conservative cable news circles. Just then, a trickle of allegations emerged about Cuomo as an importuning sexual predator. Women who worked for him or who encountered him in public situations recounted a pattern of noxious, handsy behavior, perhaps not so monstrous as Harvey Weinstein's, but certainly sleazy and in violation of the governor's own stated beliefs and official policies. At this point, everyone agrees that Cuomo must leave office. Everyone, that is, except Cuomo himself, who hopes he can weather this out despite all the signs. The governor seems to be wrestling with the famous 5 stages of grief. First articulated.
Hold on. So what was he saying to say about Weinstein?
They just said what he did wasn't as
brutal as Weinstein.
Yeah.
Like this place was the only place that probably measure your sin. Like you are a rapist, but you don't rape as rough as
the other guy.
You know, you don't.
You're a molester, but you ain't a molester that molest like the other guy.
Yeah, like the other guy. The other guy is,
and that's why the ICE became the home of truth, man, because that hypocrisy don't happen here, but it happened out there. He touted himself as all these other things, and how he single-handedly got the New York together from COVID, the whole 9 XYZ, and ain't no guy doing. He did it, and the Lord pulled up his skirt, man, for what he said and what he did. The Lord pulled his skirt up, man. The Most High did it. I bet he's going to take them words back now, and he remind me of Eddie Long. Right? Remember how Eddie Long said, I ain't threw one stone yet?
Right.
Yeah, after raping them little boys?
Right.
That's who he remind me of.
That's right.
Not one to step down. The Lord made this happen, man.
That's right.
The Lord made that. And Mashak, if you ever want to chime in, y'all say something. But in the meantime, I get a brother give me Isaiah 47 and 10. Because he thought his wickedness was going to go unseen.
Right.
He thought the thing that he was doing, the Lord wasn't going to bring it out. Nobody would know. But the Lord brought it out.
Right.
And everybody knows what he did.
That's right.
You understand? He was labeled as the sexiest governor, huh? Ain't that something?
Right.
He the sexiest governor, huh? That sexy governor had his hand up everybody's damn skirt.
Yep.
Right.
You understand? And the Most High revealed it.
Yep.
That's right.
And the Most High bringing it out.
Mm-hmm.
You understand me?
And
Anybody want to say anything about going to the scripture?
Salaki sir, and also too the way he thinks, the way America thinking with this whole situation with him. Now you could understand a little bit more on how they actually look at Simone Biles. You understand? To the point where they just wanted to forget about whatever happened to her and just, you know what I mean, go play sports. You understand? It wasn't as bad as Weinstein, right? So you know what I mean, go play, go flip.
Go flip, yeah. Easily rape a little bit. You know, ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of raping.
Yeah.
Sound like somebody we know.
Like they told LeBron, go sit up and go dribble.
Right.
Same exact thing.
Cancer.
General, as well, also, this was an Italian, was a descendant of the Romans, and that's that same spirit that Rome had towards the people that were under them, you know? That very same spirit. Like, that's why they big on homosexuality and pedophilia, because they always was into that deviancy. Homo is just an extension of what Rome is today.
That's all, brother. And listen, let me tell you something, Cap. You are so right, man. Have any of y'all ever seen that movie Gladiator? With Russell Crowe? They count that movie like it's the best movie on the earth, and he was XYZ. Do y'all remember the one point in time when they was looking and the guy was talking about the gladiators to communists? And he was talking to one cat. He said, "What's your preference? What you want? Boy, girl, man, what? What you want?" Like, letting you know that that's what they was into.
That's right.
They was into that whole pedophilia, homosexuality, all that kind of garbage. You understand me?
That's right.
Being sexual predators. I think you said it's so right.
Yeah.
That's their history. That's what they do.
So,
but it's why it keeps coming out.
You
understand me? Why it keeps coming out. The Lord said rape is a sin, man.
That's right.
You understand me? And these brothers need to know out here, if a woman say no, that means no. Who the hell said you can go take it from a woman?
Right.
Come, Salaki.
And this is what I don't understand. 1 second, John. All these sisters out here, and this is what get me. Y'all cats ain't got no goddamn game. Like, part of the hunt is talking them out of it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Using your words, getting their head. You know what I mean? Putting your thing down on it. You understand? That's the whole part of it. You just gonna say, forget it. I'm gonna take it. You know what I mean? Come on, man. You should make her want to just give it to you. Like, hey, here you go, you can have it. Come on, you know.
Yeah.
You don't spend so much game to it. These cats want to just go ahead and just take it.
Come.
That's it.
Go ahead, brother.
John, I just want to go behind what you're saying about that movie, The Gladiator, because the movie, The Gladiator, is showing sex trafficking and slavery at the same time. When he asks them what you want, and they want to talk about sex trafficking that was happening thousands of years ago with the slave trade with those gladiators. So it just what you're saying is so heavy with these women and this whole rape culture, and when you in the political realm, a lot of them interns. I mean, when I was in DC, a lot of those congressional interns are getting raped by those politicians. You know what I'm saying? They congressional aides, and a lot of them be straight out of high school, believe it or not. Those young, you know what I'm saying, young white women, that's what they do. They go down there, they live in the governor's mansion. Some of them have a room in the governor's mansion. Right. Some of them spend the night in the governor's mansion, you know, claiming that they're doing secretary work. This is what goes on in their culture. So, and this is why we gotta put a hedge around our women, because when you in corporate America or dealing with the corporate culture, it is a sex trafficking type rape culture, meaning they pass you around to these employees. You know? That's what goes on in these halls of Congress, halls of government, the different branches of this government. Salaka, sir.
If I could, you also one also point about the Romans, sir, is that not only because they were in power and were able to do this pedophilia and all this other sex deviancies, as Captain Kahan said, but also we got to remember the women of Rome also did things to get in power, and when they didn't get their way, they would cry victim, just like these two are doing to this man.
Yeah, and you know what? I say this: they both laid down in the bed that they made. Like, we don't know if he actually said it, but they said he said it. They said he did it. You know what I mean? And you're right. A lot of women are very devious. When they don't get their way, they will say and do things to destroy a man's life. Yes, they will. But that's part of the system they set up. And the reason why this is allowed to go on is because of the moral system that's not being pushed in place as children when they grow up. You understand what I mean? And here we teach our daughters not to hold themselves out for nothing. I don't care if it's for money, it's for a job, it's for a house, for whatever. You don't hold yourself out. You get that position based off of your merits and who you are, not based on your sexuality.
That's
you understand me? They do. That's why in these jobs they walk on them tight ass skirts.
Right.
With them tight behind shirts. They use their sexuality to try to influence you to get a position. That's why they wear it. That's not business attire.
Right.
That's attire when you go out to the club trying to catch somebody with the high heel shoes and all that, man. That's the whole point.
Right.
You understand? That's the whole point, man. Now I can't say for sure if he guilty. I mean, if they lying or not. But for sure, the allegations came out. You understand me? And the Most High had to come out on him because of what he said directly against the Most High and the COVID.
Yes, sir.
And then the Most High bringing that COVID strain back even harder and stronger. What you gonna do now?
Yeah.
What you gonna do now?
Right. And so like I said, he was.
Go ahead, Doc. Go ahead, Doc.
He's the one that said the Lord didn't bring COVID down, right?
Yeah.
He's the one who said the Lord didn't bring COVID down.
Yeah, he's the one.
Well, who touched these 11 women? The Lord, right? Yeah. You're gonna blame the Lord for touching these 11 women, right?
You can't do that now, baby.
You understand? And the thing about it too, sir, like they didn't really start to talk about the deaths that happened under his watch with this whole COVID situation, with these senior citizens being like dying in these nursing homes because of his negligence. Yeah. They ain't saying that as yet. They're trying to get this out of the waters because to the white man, this is what's going to get him out of office, not the deaths that happen in these nursing homes.
Yeah,
son.
Yeah,
which lets you know where his mind, you know, what I mean, where his mind really is.
Yeah.
If I could too, so like just as Captain Ash was bringing out there's a part of the story it say that same thing. If I could just have the brother read it too.
Go, God. Dear editor, yesterday morning while I was deeply immersed in the fresh daily press review, I said to myself out loud, that's weird. At least a couple of days have gone by without any new sexual harassment allegations against the governor. I didn't even finish the sentence. There it is, the New York Times henchman's pen, perpetually at Cuomo's heels. Lets me know from Albany that a woman named Melissa McGrath, currently employed at the governor's office, joined the queue of women supposedly harassed by him.
So this woman who was harassed by him, and they're about to tell you when she bring it out, what was the response? Like it was an excuse given. Go straight to that part if you don't mind.
So my dear New Yorkers, this is my letter to you. I would like to explain to you what being Italian is, who Italians are. Not on their inside, not in the thousand nuances and differences that every human being is gifted with and uniquely characterized by in every part of the world, but of that brand, of that shape that you receive when you are born to Italian parents, especially from the South. Italians have a second language, which I sometimes wonder if it is not our first, the language of gestures. Ludwig Wittgenstein would have certainly explained it better in his philosophy of language. But here's my 2 cents. We move our hands a lot, but you know that. With them, we draw the space, not the line between us and the other person. We give rhythm to the sentence. We beat the time to our own music. We direct it.
If I could, it goes on, but they're saying that because he's Italian, they are very expressive people. So he moves his hands a lot. So he might have squeezed your left cheek. He might have pulled your nipple. And they like to kiss each other. Oh, so they're trying to say, these girls they got caught in culture, in a cultural misunderstanding. You know what I mean? You see the movie Lost in Translation? They got caught in Lost in cultural translation, because really what he was doing is giving them a good old Italian hug. Everybody, pinch the nipple, pinch the left cheek, smack your mind.
Right.
But, Epstein and Weinstein, they're not Italian, so what they're doing is rape and molestation. But he could get a pass because he's Italian, you know what I mean?
Romulus and Remus.
Part of the culture, you have to forgive him. You don't know no better. You grew up squeezing everything.
It's a lot. If I could, Captain Mashak, that's so heavy because he's hiding behind a race.
Right.
He put, once again, the race card. Right. He said, well, I'm an Italian and this is our culture. Like he's hiding behind and speaking, and it's so heavy because we dealing with cancel culture now. How many in the Me Too movement is going to want to cancel an Italian culture?
Right.
How would the Italians feel about this? Because he's saying that most Italians agree with it. Italian, being Italian, this is part of his culture. So you can't blame me for being me.
Right.
You can't blame me for being me in the Me Too movement or the Me She movement at this point.
Right. Can I add on to that, Bogusa? Also too, right? You recall his brother, right, got offended when the guy called him Fredo, right? And he said to us Italians, that's like saying the N-word. So now guess what? All the other people are gonna be looking at when you see the Italians, they touchy-feely people. They might grab your nipples. They might grab your box. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Which is going to be the stigmatism on Italians, but you don't need to be mystified by all that, because all you gotta do is look at Roman culture.
Right.
It speaks by itself through history.
He thought it was Donald Trump.
That's it. They call him the New York Post call him Handsy Andy.
Good night. And I believe, it's like, if I could, I believe there's an election, a governor's, they running for election for a new governor or mayor or something in New York. So this all over, like you said, New York Post, the New York Times. Right. So especially the Republicans, they couldn't wait to get their hand on Cuomo. For sure, they're gonna amplify this. They got all the women, they're gonna do a Lifetime show about this.
I know it's a funny thing too. Biden jumped on the train to tell him he had to step down. Like Biden touching everything. Tell him to step down, which could be even more of a political agenda where they all know this goes on behind their closed doors.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? From even the days of Bill Clinton with Marilyn Monroe, and who was that? Reagan or Nixon? Who's this Marilyn Monroe? Kennedy? Right? They all know that, being in positions of power in America, it gives you a certain amount of sexual freedom. Right. You know what I mean? To do whatever you want. Even that military general they had, I forgot his name, where his wife was mad with him because he went and had other women, and he I forget his goddamn name. But like they know this is going on. So like, why are they talking about this now?
Petraeus or some Petraeus or
some Petraeus, I think it was.
Yeah.
Petraeus was, dropping bombs everywhere. He was doing it. But they know this going on, and now they want to get him out for whatever reason. And they kind of perpetuate or massage the sensitivity of the whole situation now, manipulate it, because they have a tie with the Me Too movement, as if this is new and this is how the gasp, Cuomo did it. They all doing it. They all doing it, from the gym, from the locker room to the the Oval Office. They all doing it. So even now, it's even double hypocrisy to try to act like you're trying to bring him to justice. When this is the kind of agenda you probably have with this fool here. You know, because you're all doing it.
Yep.
If I could, to one other point to it, building off what Captain Mashak said, and you're right about the president. He should also be bumped off the scene. You know what I'm saying? Because they got him on film when he's also touchy-feely with a little girl. I don't know if everybody saw that. But he kissing the little girl like the way you would do an adult female. You know what I'm saying? Right in front of everybody. Nobody said anything about it, but it's on film. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they'll probably find some way to slither that into this Me Too movement as well, you know?
I agree. And let me tell you this to you, as a point of issue, Sleepy Joe the same way. Look at that face. Sleepy Joe the same exact way.
Yep, and look at the other oppressor in the background. He all grinning because that's their culture. That's why Simone Biles. Remember, she said in the last interview that the general played, where she's like, you know, she was talking and then she said to see them having drinks with this man at his house, and then she started crying. Like it broke her down to be like, you getting violated and so many witnesses, and nobody ain't doing nothing.
That devil's face Salaki was like, not now, Joe, not now. Salaki.
That's the culture.
There you go. And this is what I want to say too, right? The brother John Johnson put some up in the chat room. And I want to bring this out because brothers need to understand this here too, man. You know what I mean? This they gotta understand.
Yep.
When a sister say no and stop,
that's it.
Stop.
That's right. That's right, John.
He said, Joe, I had a sister change her mind on me when we both got news, right? And okay, for a woman to do that, could be various reasons. But if she said and told your ass to stop, you supposed to stop.
Yep.
You understand me? You go any further, you take it what is called rape.
Come.
You understand me? If she say no and stop.
That's it.
Come.
So many people using the excuse to keep going and say, well, she ain't really mean stop. She really running because she got naked. So I had to cook, so I had to go take it. No, man, you don't take shit. She say no, no.
Cool.
You understand me? Go ahead.
Come. And if she say anything other than yes, it's a no. If she don't say anything, if she don't have no response, it's still a no.
Yeah.
You understand? It's still a no.
Yeah.
Yep. As long as it's not yes.
Go ahead, Tom.
Oh, sorry, Captain Mashak, he was about to bring some out, sir. Salak.
Go ahead, Cap.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, as long as it's not yes, it's no. You know, anything other than yes is absolutely no.
Yeah.
Right. No maybe, or I kind of feel, I don't know. All that is not acceptable. Like it has to be a yes or no. Let the Bible script, what the scripture say, let thy yea be yea and thy nay be nay.
Yeah.
You understand? Right. Like these women here, this is why you brothers got that, the general bringing it out. You got to have some rod restriction. You know what I'm saying? You have to have some discipline. See, he up in there, he in a political office and he mixing business with pleasure. And see, a lot of these brothers get caught up in lose position. See, you can't do what the white man do. You understand? You shouldn't want to do it anyway. But for sure, you got to watch when you in a professional setting. When you, whatever your field of profession or your craft is, watch how you carry yourself.
Right.
You understand? Especially if you have a high paying position. You got to watch that, man. A lot of you need political consultation, and the UPK, we're here to give it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, you're right. Go ahead, Night Doc.
No, I was going to say this. As a, you know, me as you going out, reading the story, right? It's only sticking in my mind the correlation between the Sabian wife, the abduction, the rape that took place with Romulus and Remus type, you know what I mean, type of, you know what I mean, story, which lets you know that that's their culture. You know what I mean? No is not part of the culture. You know what I mean? No is yes to them. You know what I mean? Money and power is yes to, you know what I mean, to people who beneath them.
Yep. And you remember they come from that culture of only the strong survive.
Right.
Your no has to be overpowering them physically. Like that's how they know it's no. You hit them a brick in the face and break the jaw, break the hand, and they can't rape you. That means no. Okay, if she don't want it. But if she can't fight back, it means she must want it.
Right.
There's nothing wrong. It's like, she was asking for it. She came here doing this, doing that. As long as she can stop you physically and or whatever, it ain't not just she. Young boys, they don't have that strength to fight one of them priests or some deacon in some church, some bishop in some church. That must mean it's his God ordained right because only the strong survive. And if that victim that he's trying to violate was strong, then the victim would be violating him. So it's down the strength is shown with the violation. As long as I can violate you, it really means you wanted it and I have the right to do it. Like that's their whole thought pattern in spirit with what they do.
It's also you can see that spirit is just like how cave people would be, you know what I'm saying? Like when they wanted to mate, that's what they would do. They would get physical and coerce the other party and drag them along and do what they had to do, and life would go on and everybody, got their pleasure on, We Israelites should not be like that, and that's why this ISUPK is set up to teach our brothers and sisters that we cannot be like that. That's the whole point of what the generals bringing out, the captains are bringing out. That we're not allowed to be that way. Although, because some of us are in the world, we take the route that we should not take, and it's why we get jammed up. You know what I'm saying? That we should always look at these issues that do come out on the news as the thing, as somewhat of a warning from the Lord that if you do this, it's also going to happen to you.
Yeah.
Better them than you Israelites. But if you do decide to walk down the path of your oppressor, this will also happen to you.
Salaki General, if I may,
Go ahead.
and I don't know if they had these when you was in, sir, but I know when we was in Esau military, we had monthly briefings on what they call SHARP, sexual harassment, assault, rape prevention. And they had to have monthly briefings because the amount of this culture is pervasive with the oppressor, and it would be what you would call everyday, average, ordinary white boys that was going out, and like you said, they would just take what they want. To them, like Captain Shock said, to them, if the broad didn't knock his nose in his face, then it's yes. and that's what it was. And like they had to have briefings every month because they were raping everything moving to the point where they were telling men, don't get too drunk. Don't be careful what you drink. Check your drinks because they raping and touching and fondling whatever they can get their hand on. And I remember hearing this, and me and the few brothers that I'm hanging with, we like shoot, we ain't gotta take nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta turn it down because we that's our culture. It's Israelites. Rape. But you know what I'm saying? Like we seduce sisters that want it. You understand? And we talk to sisters and get to know them and spit that game like as Israelites. And
That's right.
I remember us hearing this, and we like, man, we knew in the military in the world, that's them white boys.
Yep.
Because we wasn't doing that.
Yep.
But they had to have those briefings because that's their culture. It's disgusting.
If I could to also bring one other thing out that I saw them last week as a documentary about how this brother who was a soldier and a Hispanic sister who also was a soldier in Fort Lee, and the brother raped the sister and then of course killed her and chopped her up into pieces. And of course at the given moment it was not found out until they did their inquiries, and then they found out that it all led back to this brother. But that's because why? We take on the culture of our oppressor. We take on his spirit, and this is the result. Like the Lord show you, go ahead and mess up you want and see if I don't expedite quick judgment on you for doing the wrong thing.
The Lord said, "Rape is at death, man."
That's it.
You understand? That's what that is. You ain't going to take it from no woman.
Right.
It's like how when David's son was trying to take it from his sister. See, don't do me as the heathens do. It's not our culture to be doing that, man.
Right.
It's totally wrong and against the Lord, man. You understand me? And if a dumb sister has it happen to her, she's going to cry and tell you. You going to tell somebody, man. You going to tell. You know what I mean? And get his ass locked up. Come in, matter of fact, call us. And let us know.
That's right.
That's right. And we'll make sure we take that charge, man.
That's
you
right.
That's right.
That thing is not supposed to be happening, man, especially among Israel at all. Yeah, and this is my old thing. With all the women that we got out here, right? There's a ton of sisters. Y'all cats don't have no game that I can't spit no game and talk to them.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me? Y'all took over that damn social media bull crap. You know what I mean? What happened to the days when you had to spit game to get a sister phone number?
So lock it, John.
You understand? What happened to the days you had to spit game? You had to try to talk to her. This Facebook done messed y'all heads totally up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you understand me?
Come.
And these young sisters out here need to know the difference because you're on Facebook or Instagram or Chit Chat. What that is, a Chit Chat? Did I say it right, y'all?
Snapchat. I believe it's Snapchat, John. It's all the same. It's all the same. It's all the same, John.
TikTok, TikTok.
That's right.
You ought to know, a cat is just complimenting you because he wanted to draw. What happened to the days that having cats get to know you? You know what I mean? You got to meet my mom and pop. You got to meet my brothers. You know what I mean? My brothers, X, Y, Z. You understand what I'm saying? What happened to all those days? Where they at?
Facebook happens, sure.
Listen, my little sisters, let me tell you, they used to hate me because they were always trying to sneak and, see somebody. And I always, somehow, one way or another, find out who the hell it was. And when I find out I see them, they go, oh my God, they just have to shit, put their head down. Because here I come. Walk right over, what's going on, man? Yeah, what's going on? Who you? You look at me? And I introduced myself, and he said, oh, so. I said, really? Oh, yeah? Yo, you ain't never meet me. I don't know about this cat here. Who this cat here? And he look at me funny, or they look at me funny. And I'm like, yeah, because I ain't heard about you. And I be looking up and down like, yeah, who you, brother? You know what I mean? See, you gotta pass this test here to get my sister, brother. What's going on?
That's right. That's
You know
right.
what I mean? We gotta sit down and talk as men, brother. This ain't no easy sport here.
Right.
You know what I mean? And my day be like, oh, will you stop, man? Go mind your business.
Right.
Go mind your business and let men talk. You understand? Now you go mind. We gonna do this thing. We gonna talk here. What happened to those days, man? You gotta go try to take it from a girl. Get them high, take it from them. Come on, man.
It's a lot.
Go ahead,
Hey, so like, General, it's heavy you bringing this out because we were just talking about this at camp today about how in the time and in this age of social media, we have the tools to communicate, but we don't know how to communicate. And that is so spiritual. Like the Lord tells us in the Bible, communication is a sacrifice. And you going into it right now about the process that has to go, the spiritual screening that has to happen to a man when he goes into talks to a woman. When meeting her brothers, her father. You understand? Because a man can see through all of the nonsense. He can see if this cat is genuine or if he really trying to pursue her genuinely. You understand? So that right there is what we done lost, and we can only way to get it back is to serve the Most High. It's coming to the ISUPK because this a courting, and it's crazy, General, because I'm hearing people use the talking points that Commander John Yohana has said about courtship. I'm hearing people, dating coaches, saying that it should be 6 months to a year in courtship on social media. They're saying what we saying.
I gotta cut you off.
Yes, sir.
And I told this to General Hyman. You know, in the UPK, everybody know we have a process when a brother will court a sister, right?
Right.
We have that process, right? And we speak openly about the courtship, right? Brother, I saw one of them fake behind groups. Now I couldn't click on and hit play because I can't hear him talk. I just can't listen to none of them. Yeah, whoever can do that, y'all got that. I can't do it. But the title of they show was Make Courting Beautiful Again.
Oh my goodness.
And when I saw it, I said, them motherfuckers. Slocky. Are you kidding me?
Con.
Like, are you kidding? Like, we pushed the whole court issue. You got a court for a while, the whole time, and here they come trying to take the back of what we've been doing. Yeah,
That's
the
right.
Lord had us doing all these years, and the IHC began to come into the honor, and that came from the 7 heads.
That's right.
The 7 heads for the court system. The man is getting the honor, stepping in back. And here these cats go make court and beauty. Man, I almost fell out my damn chair. I couldn't believe it. My first comment, like I said, was dumb mother something.
Yep.
You understand me? Are you kidding me?
Con. So like General.
Go ahead.
General, they always listen. That's why we often imitate it but never duplicate it. And a lot of people don't understand. That's why Dr. Pepper never messed with Mr. Pill. You understand? We're the original. And when you have these people, they know the talking points, but they can't execute. That's the difference. They take the talking points, but they can't follow through with what the process, because the Lord, they wasn't authorized. They're not under the right leadership. So they end up, that's them same groups end up emailing the ISUPK, emailing Commander General Yohana to help fix their issues that they went ahead and did.
Or they call us all the time complaining. They wild tell them come on, they wild to call us, email us about complaining about their husband.
Yes, sir.
Or they want to leave their husband. So what do we tell them? You gotta stay with that man. Y'all gotta work that out.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you want counsel, come on, tell them, come on, we give them counsel, and they never call. You understand? They never call. But them ribs, they call now, goddamn it. They be on the phone complaining. You understand?
Okay. If I could too, John, like the same thing what Kahan was bringing out there, that social media doesn't make us more antisocial than any other time in history. Like the whole purpose of the thing, what they game us up to believe is to make you more social. But in essence, it make you more antisocial. Like you in love with the device. You know, you make a relationship with the device, not people. You're not socializing. You're playing. You're playing and you getting, intrigued, and your synapses flashing over these, little gadgets and an update. Ooh, it's an update and this and that. But really, when it comes to interacting, you don't have those skills, because it's definitely some spiritual, it's a mental thing. You got to control yourself. Half the time, both people be scared of the other one.
Right.
You walking up to her, she's like, God damn, what he coming over here for? And if she like it, it's even more of a fear. And for you to walk over the room, if she with some friends, you down here like a piece of meat walking to lions, because them girls get to talking in her ear. You got to go through and conquer over that whole thing. And then, break the ice and get her going and start the whole thing. They skip all of that. They skip the whole thing. And it's, these devices, they're not doing that. They're not helping with that.
Michelle, I got a story, and I'm going to bring this story out. But before I bring this story out, and y'all going to trip over this story, I'm going to tell you. This sister right here, first I'm going to bring it out, Cocoa Puffhead, I can't think. She said, if she feels safe and protected around you, you're going to have to peel her of you. The only way she's going to feel safe and protected around you is if she get to know you. And you don't know nobody on social media. You know about being around them, talking, being engaged. They see how you act, how you move, how you react to certain things. You know what I mean? And she is right. When a woman feels safe and protected around you, you better get rid of her.
Yep.
She can be in your back pocket. Whenever you move to me, right there with you. Because she feels that safe with you, man. And it only happens when you get to know her and talk to her, man. It don't happen when you take it from her or try to take it from her.
Right.
You understand me? Let me tell you something. this whole culture we got now today is ridiculous. I remember one time, I mean, this was years ago. I mean, damn, so long ago. But I met this sister, and I went over her crib one day. And her older sister came out and talked to me, and she was talking. And she came downstairs, sister left, but she came down the road in some flip-flops, right? Some slippers. And she said, we should have talking and everything. And I'm trying to ignore her because she came down the road, right? And you know how she let me know that she's telling me in so many words that, you know, what's up, it's over, right? But some kept saying, nope, 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 nope. And they was telling me to get your ass out of this house. So I started, you know, to make small talk, so I cut it to like I had somewhere to go. She said, hold up, let me ask you this question. I said, listen. She said, we might as well get this out the way right now. I said, what you mean? She said, listen, we might as well go ahead on and the F word, F-U-C-K, and we need to see if it's good. Because if it's good, we can have a relationship. If not, we go about our way. And I said, you know what, this I'm good. And I said, you take care of my walk out the crib, right? But when I look back on it, that's the vibe of this place.
Come.
That's the vibe of what's going on out here in America. And over time, it's gotten stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. The only thing that ever pushed it back has been the truth.
That's right, sir. That's right.
You understand? Has been the truth of the ISUPK. The words that come out of our mouths when it comes into Juliana about having this respect a person and living a different way and expecting something different from our women is to push back against it. Because if not, it would just take us over the top, man.
Right.
You understand me? It'll take us over the top.
Yeah. It's natural.
Yeah. And listen, they know what brothers want. That's why they do it.
Yeah.
They know y'all out there chasing tail. And that's why they show you the tail. Well, how about we ignore the tail and ignore how they dress? You know what I mean? Until they get their stuff together. That sister that's humble, that got her body covered up. You understand? She the one got all the damn meat any damn way.
That's right.
But she's saving it for the right person. Mashak, I cut you off, brother. Go ahead.
No, because I was just wanted to, as he was making the heavy point right there. So if I could just do a quick plug and let everybody know the we right now we on the two YouTube channels, right? We on that the Command and Journey Hannah channel and Black Watch News. I want to let everybody know we're gonna clip Command and Journey Hannah, move over to that Black Watch News, hit that subscribe button right here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. You see me live on Black Watch News on YouTube. We just have videos here loaded up. Everything from weeks that's there. All the videos loaded up. Hit that subscribe button because we're gonna end the broadcast on the other channel on the Command and Journey Hannah. Everybody on YouTube, everybody on that YouTube, Facebook, you all good. On that YouTube, Facebook too, if you could, just go to that YouTube, hit subscribe, hit that like button on that video. You see we live right now because boom, we're gonna end the stream on the Command and Journey Hannah channel and continue on Black Watch News. Y'all come slide over, hit subscribe, hit share, hit like, because we're going back into them heavy stories now. That was it.
And listen, I'm gonna say one more thing, Scott.
Yes, sir.
This is for you brothers that got daughters, right? You explain to your daughter that she ain't got to be a victim of none of this garbage going on, man. You understand me? You let your daughter know that she got a champion you. That if somebody did any of these things, you come tell your daddy.
That's right.
And you as a father be like, I'm gonna go take care of it. I don't worry about none of that. I told mine, let me tell you something. I told my daughters, I said, listen, you don't sit on nobody's lap. Because a lot of cats be like, come on, sit on my lap, girl. Goddamn it. You tell them, my daddy said, no, I can't do it.
Right.
If they insist, you come tell me. Either way, I want to know about it. Because when I see that cat, then me and him going to have a talk.
Right.
You understand me? Because that's how it starts.
Right.
That's how it starts. And listen, man, they got to know that they got somebody in their corner who's going to be that champion for them.
That's right.
You understand? Who's going to defend them if something goes wrong.
Right.
You understand me? They got to know that. And you got to tell your daughters that, man. Because they ain't got to accept this garbage that's out here, man.
That's
Right.
You understand? I know for a fact, if something happened to me today tomorrow, I got tons and tons of damn uncles for my daughters. If something was to happen, I know somebody will get taken care of. The situation get handled.
Yep.
Damn right.
And I ain't got to worry about it. And I feel the same way about my brothers and their kids, their children. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
Same exact way, man.
Come. General, if I could too, just on one last thing with this here before you move on to, like what we was talking about, our culture is, go up to a sister, seduce her, split game, lay hold on her, have any palm in your hand. We have a saying back in the islands, ice cream and hot sun, meaning she, she melting. You know what I mean? You done split that game. Easy money, ice cream and hot sun, because you could go there and split the game. Like our people, I recently saw a tape, Steve Harvey, after the last time he ran afoul of our oppressor and lost all his TV show. Steve Harvey done convinced them oppressors in Family Feud to give him Family Feud Africa. And he moved Family Feud down there to Africa, and he is, he on there with Mobutu and Kuhuhu and and doing all that nonsense on the Family Feud. and recently, I don't know where he get this goddamn tribe from, but they on there in, they damn near had the spears and stuff on the stage. Salakia.
Oh my goodness.
Steve is down there with this family, and the family, okay, he about to, the one who he's talking to is like the older son or the favored son, and the son is on there with his sisters and another brother, and another one of their brothers, of course. And he's breaking down to Steve why he wants 5 wives and how much children. And Steve is asking him, how does he go about getting the wives? And he's describing it to him. I just want to play it. And then Steve is so amazed. He's so amazed at the whole process. And Steve doesn't even know this heathen this is our culture. This is our culture that they done took, because when it was Levi and Simeon and Dinah, that African prince didn't come and ask for, a dowry or nothing. He raped Dinah first.
Right.
And then came to Jacob and asked to buy her like she was some kind of cheap whore. But now Steve have them up there as if they're so elegant and full of class when these people are beneath us. If I could just play a few minutes of it, sir.
Come on.
Black, you black, you go. Black boy, you going to blaze it. Oh, you got me going to rock. I'm just explain to me kind of what that was.
Those are traditional bars in the Skusku language, which is Itagazeno. It's clan names.
Clan name.
Of the Makeba clan.
If I could say, I don't know if you picked up what the heathen said. He said those are traditional bars of whatever language. Mm-hmm. Like even the phrase bar, y'all don't have a phrase for bar. Like that comes from us. He's trying. You see how we talking and diddy bopping? He said those are traditional bars in the so and so language. Nigga, you don't even know what a bar look like before Steve come down there.
Right.
Makeba. Oh, Makeba.
Yeah.
So let's go. Introduce everybody.
Right. To my left, this beautiful young lady is my niece. Right? Niece, right? Yes. English.
You need to know your family, man.
No, like those are my
niece, right?
And right there, wait, that's my brother. That's my cousin brother. That's my cousin sister.
I thought that it would be best if he did the talking. Beginning, he is the one.
He's the one.
See, you have it. See.
So like, if I can skip ahead.
Uncle does out of little dude. You wives, 25 kids. Now, 4 of them I don't even want. 4 wives, 25 kids. Okay, I can't. You really want a big family?
Yes.
But you want more than one wife. Because traditionally you can have that.
Yes.
Okay, so I understand that. That's cool. But now, let me ask you, in this culture you're talking about, when you go get a wife, do you have to have the thing where you got to come up with the money for the wives?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lobola.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Lobola. So you got to get the lobola for 4 wives.
Yep.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question. when you thinking about coming up with the Lobola #1?
Well, I'm here, Steve.
Yeah. Oh, so if you could get this, so if you get this 75,000 rand, that'll help you towards the. Do you know who he's trying to get the Lobola for?
I have no idea.
No, you don't. I know that. He want 4 wives, ain't got one. And this ain't. He don't even have a possibility. So we can work on that. All right, we're gonna get the money for the Lobola. Okay, I was talking to you, my man. You're not trying to get married, right? Dumazeli?
I'm planning to change that when I.
Nobody finna marry no bitch. Falls asleep.
So hold on, Mashak. Hold on, Mashak. He lost the Family Feud.
He okay, no, he didn't lose Family Feud. He lost that talk show he had. Remember,
Okay.
remember him and the sister, what's her name? The big heavies, Monique. Him and Monique had a little beef when Monique was saying they wasn't having her back in the industry. And then he went on TV and said, you know these people ain't gonna let you do that. These people, like, he talk about the oppressor like he unfair. And soon after that, they took the talk show from him. They took the whole thing off.
Okay, but he still got that radio show, no?
He got the radio show, and then he moved it. He took the talk show to Facebook, and he's on Facebook Live with it. But then he was also hosting Family Feud America. And over the last couple of years, with all the migration for the whole thing about Black people going back to Africa, that whole right within that, he started working on Family Feud Africa. And he went to them and negotiated for being in charge of Family Feud Africa over there. And they bought into it. And he has Family Feud here in America, and he does Family Feud Africa, where they dealing with Africans and anybody else who down there, the Arabs and stuff like that. So this particular one, he was talking to them. I try to find the part where he was asking about how does it work when you go to the father and how many goats you have to give him and blah, blah, blah. And he said, I like that, man. I like that. That's tight. That's tight. That's real classy. And it's like, he once again, pandering to these heathens and feeding into the purposeful stereotyping of the Black American, also known as the tribe of Judah, in the media, trying to poor me, I don't have a culture. I have to run and hide to have another woman. But there's a part that he pandered to this Hamite so much, where he's like, I like that, man. That's classy. And then he turned to the camera and say, I can't do that. Marjorie would kill me. And Marjorie is his woman. You get the point? After he done talk about all the Hamite women so classy and this and that, but he can't do it because his woman's so goddamn violent and she'll kill him, and they all laughing, ha ha ha. You know what I mean? It's such a disgraceful thing where we don't know, they done took our culture from us, and now you have these big-headed Negroes who would now pander to them so much and make it seem like they're so highly esteemed and they're so great, when our biblical records tell us that these heathens are rapists. They would see a woman and rape her, and that's their marriage. As Nathak was bringing out the Sabine wives, as that Hamite prince did to Dinah, and then came like if Jacob was her pimp to pay her after he done raped her. You know what I mean? Like that's who they come from. But he pandered to them in a way that was real disturbing. As we was talking about how our culture is so fly. I remember the little clips. So like I couldn't find the exact part. I don't want to waste too much time. But anybody could check out that episode where he's like, so how does it work? And he's like, man, I like that. That's classy. That's fly. You go talk to the father and he said, you see, everybody gets to know everybody because you talk to the father. I mean, he do the whole thing as if we don't do that pre-integration. Like if that's not our thing. Invite him to the cookout, bring him here. Come let him meet Uncle Tony. If the father not around, come let him meet so and so. Make sure Big Brother here because he could tell. Like that's our culture. But he go down there because of course chasing all this money, and he had to stroke the Hamite ego. He now has to make them feel like like they're talking about. They come on there with the full Zulu outfit on. All they're missing is the hyena and the skulls. And you want to tell me you down there, in a 3-piece suit, gator shoes, and I like that. That's classy. When we the most classy people on the earth, he talking about bars and he dress up in rags.
Hey, Mashak, I want to say this. The Bible says, put on like glorious garments.
Come on.
You know what I mean? And we know, the scriptures is manifold. Yes, our garments too, but also our ancient culture, man. I mean, which make us fly the way we are. You understand me?
Yes,
Let me say something. Seeing all these things here, we should push more being Israel.
That's right.
And not hide behind a moniker, man.
That's
You
right.
understand me? Push more about what the Lord gave us and how we're supposed to be, man.
That's right.
You understand me? Let me tell you something. I never forget as a slave, this cat told me, he said, man, I'm gonna tell you something straight up, man. He called me by, he was talking, slave name. I met a slave. He said, man, listen, man. He said, I'm gonna tell you straight up, man, right now, man, I'm jealous. I said, jealous of what? How the hell you get to have 2 wives? How the hell you get to have something, and then I mean, why can't I have it as well? I make all this money, got this job, this, that, and the other, right? And I looked at him, and I grinned, right? He said, what's you grinning for? And I said, because you have no clue what you're saying. Which is why you can't have what you want.
Right.
Which is why you're stuck in where you're stuck at. He said, so what you mean? And I started to go into it and really dig into it and tell him why, but something in the spirit said no. So I stepped back from it. He already told me where he was at when he said he was jealous of it. You understand what I'm saying? So I said, you know what? I'm going to back off from the whole thing altogether. Leave it alone. That's how they feel. He had the same spirit as Steve Harvey, but Steve Harvey said, well, my wife could kill me. You understand me? Yeah. That's why. And you're not going back to who you are. You're not taking back your culture and heritage. You're not. You understand me? No, I'm gonna have 2 wives and 3, 4, 5 if I want. This shit hell. And if one don't like it, they leave. Let's see. I'm gonna replace you with somebody else. This is how it goes. You understand me? And this will kill me. Everybody practices different culture, but when we do with the Israelites, there's something wrong with us. You understand me?
Okay.
We the ones that's something wrong with us when we got more than one. But let me tell you something. In hypocrisy, in a land called America, it's hypocrisy of being married. You can go get married, get that piece of paper. But if y'all don't never have sex, the piece of paper means nothing.
That's
right.
That's in their laws. So what's even the point? You know what I mean? That's why they bring it out what they doing with Como. Because he do got mistresses and looking for more. That's the hypocrisy of this land.
Right.
You know what I mean? Well, listen, man, y'all live your life with Israelites, man, and don't hide and be afraid of it.
Right.
The Lord gave you your heritage, and you take it back in front of the whole earth. You live it. You live it. I'm gonna live it. Mashak, you wanna say something? I thought. Ash, Gahan?
No, sir.
Nah, sir.
No sign Christ.
Come
So what else we got, boy? Let's go.
Come on. So we have these cops in Miami violate the hell out of these brothers, sir. I mean, insane.
We have video?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have the video right here, sir. Violate the hell out of these brothers. I think they recently got charged as well. You all seen it up on the screen?
Yeah.
Come.
This is one of the brothers.
Okay.
Running. Charge him into the damn pillar.
Wow.
So if I could, it got to be about 10, 12 cops there. Right? 10, 12 cops right there. And you would think that the person who they're assaulting like this was fighting them back, probably had some automatic weapon, a knife, a bat. They're about to show you how the whole thing starts. Right, they're about to show you how the whole thing starts. Yeah,
Wow.
Right, this brother was just recording the whole thing. Apparently, somebody hit one of them cops on a scooter, and the cop was riding a bike, and the brother tried to get away. But this particular brother was just recording them. They attack him first. This brother here trying to get the hell away.
Now, is he the one that hit him with the scooter?
I think that's what it is. This one who trying to get away. I think he's the one. I think he was on a scooter. I think he hit a bike cop. He ain't hit him with a car or nothing. I think he hit a bike cop. And then, you know, of course, he trying to get out because he know how these cops be. He lay down. He said, all right, you got me. Turn over.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
And he kicking him. And that's where his head was.
I count 15 of them.
And
16,
more still coming.
17, 18. Wow.
Damn. How that one slide in there like he on coke, like he playing baseball. You see how he sliding? Good.
Wow. Like 19. Come on.
And man, listen, it's always, you know, look at this one right here, this bald head one. He turned his back on the whole situation. And he just, you know, just let brothers get violated.
Wow.
And they're all running now because the other brother was filming. They're running towards him.
Damn.
Boy.
Okay. What's going on with them?
And they all had to get in.
Like, yo, you already got him in handcuffs. You know how to beat him. Turn around, chase me down, beat me. Just had a laceration here.
Yes, I was on the school. But I've never hit an officer or anything like that. I got beat up, got stitches, went to the hospital.
Excessive force can never, ever, ever be an acceptable foundation for the policing of any community.
She looked like she part of every drug raid. Just to test if the drugs is real or not. before this is the evidence group, she looked like she got to take that thing and put the whole thing up under her gum.
Right.
I bet you those are high five moments right there.
Blood on the ground, jam the brother up all the way.
Okay, now I'm gonna say this to you. Pause that video, right?
Yes, sir.
Pause. When you go back to, it says something. They said the officers were suspended with pay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I realize what that means, right?
Desk job.
Yes. If they had intent to dismiss, they're going to say suspended without pay with intent to dismiss. So what are they telling you about what they said right there, suspended with pay?
They ain't going to do no further. The suspension is about it.
Yes. That's exactly what's going on, man. That's exactly what's going on. You understand me?
Yes.
Now, listen, I'm going to tell you from the gate. I say it all the time because I've had a law enforcement career, and my law enforcement career was I could have really went places with that with what I was doing. And I've been in the high-speed pursuits. I've been in foot chases, the whole nine. I done half that. I done a whole lot of stuff in my little short time. But one thing I do know is that when it's over, it's over.
Right.
When I caught a cat, it was it. Now, I've caught some cats that got away from other people, and when they got there, they wanted to whoop that cat tail. And I said, nah, on my watch, I think I'll go right in the back of the wagon. Because you got to take him to the hospital and fill out a report as to why he was hurt. You understand me?
Right. Come on.
And then what you gonna do? Lie for the other cops and get you jammed up? I wasn't doing it.
Right.
Everybody knew it. I ain't that shit. Man, get me jammed up because you couldn't control yourself. No, baby, no. No. Not gonna happen. You understand what I'm saying? Not gonna happen. These cats here, and that's why you seen behind them cats looking bad. They had to stand there. They didn't want to. They backed them officers, man. That's the officers they back. You understand? And they don't want nothing to happen to them. Period. And their eyes, it was justified. That's it. That's it. It was justified. You understand me? But it's not justified with the Lord, man.
Right.
You understand? It's not justified with the Most High.
Yeah.
Whether he's guilty or whether he's not guilty, it still don't justify what's done with him once he's handcuffed. Yeah, I mean, they're like a pack of wolves around somebody ready to feed, man.
Yeah.
With no control of yourself. And it's the key. Because of the training that I was taught, I know that if I ever did something, I gotta have self-discipline because my training will be called in effect and will say, why did you do that? Weren't you trained to not do that? To not do these things? You understand me? They call in the question of what you learned and what you've done.
Come.
Here's the issue. They so amped up and raised up, they forgot about the camera. Totally forgot about the shit. They didn't care. They amped up. They can't control themselves. What is wild, but the one video we played with sister, she was driving on the expressway, and she didn't know the cops were behind her until she said, and the guy was in the car, like, yeah, this is fun, and snatched her out by her head. She's an old Liberian.
Yeah.
That's the adrenaline rush that they be having when things be going on. And you got to be able to control yourself. That's the mark of being a professional. Control yourself. I don't want to hear shit about what happened that got you to that point. I don't want to hear that shit. I done fought cats with knives on the street. I done had guns pulled the whole nine. And I took care of my business and still had to have professionalism and control myself. So there ain't no excuse to this shit. No matter what they say, no matter what they may think, there ain't no excuse to it, man.
That's right.
No whatsoever.
Yeah.
And still, like you said, these the same cops that will come on national television and tell you if you see, you know what I mean, some problem to call them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you watching this.
Not to cut you off, but didn't they say Danger Montaigne was Sleepy Joe got in the office?
Yeah.
Didn't they say all the police reform that he was going to do him and Kamala Harris?
Right.
Where the hell is the police reform that they going to be having right now?
Mm-hmm.
Where is that? There is no police reform.
So like, sir.
Look at that. Let's kick the cat again.
So like,
Kick him again. Kick
so
him
like,
again. Go ahead.
Yeah, so even though they might have seen that on TV, the only voice they heard was when Donald Trump said, "Don't be nice to these criminals."
Yeah,
that's all they're hearing right now in the videos, and what's still going on. That's all they hear. Don't be nice to these criminals, even though the brothers might not have done anything. You know.
Boy, oh boy.
Now, the one brother, that's the same, and the one young brother videotaping everything. He just saying the videotaping. He may have said something XYZ, but that shit ain't called for, man.
Yeah.
That shit ain't called for. Not at all.
Yeah, for no reason. Yep.
And where's our leaders at? That's what I want to know. Where's our Al Sharpton, what's the Ben Crumps and all of that speaking out against this violence going on amongst us, man?
Right.
Let's say he hit that officer with that school. Let's say he did it. He was apprehended, which means he was caught. You understand me?
Right.
So you don't caught him now. So why are you moving to that? You caught him, you got him cuffed, and that's it. It's over. It's done. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
That's how it's supposed to be, man.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna give me the scripture, man, in Genesis 25.
So like y'all don't want, if I may.
Go ahead.
Just one quick question. I'm curious. Where's Black Lives Matter at on the scene?
Right. Them motherfuckers, they somewhere, somewhere. I don't know. They ain't there.
Yeah.
Where the protest at? You're right, brother. Where the protest at?
Come on. And also too, sir. And these for Negroes who like to tell you, just do what the cops say to do, right?
Right.
And everything will just be fine. The brother did what the cops say to do. He came out, he get caught, he realized, game over.
Right.
Turned around, went to the ground, put his hand behind his back, followed the orders. You understand? And he still get dealt with like a common criminal. You understand? Which lets you know, what I mean, it ain't no way you could please the thirst when it comes to the white man.
Right.
You know what I mean? He wants that action, you know what I mean, where he know it's, you know what I mean, it's how to put it, like it's overwhelming. It's like a sad loser. You know what I mean? Because with Dylan Storm Roof, I wonder why they took him to Burger King and all, you know what I mean? Why they treated him like that? Dylan Storm Roof killed 9 people and there was no tackles like this.
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna tell you this here, brother. I'm gonna say this to you. And they say confession good for the soul. When I got out of the academy and I got out of the department, I figured it was me in the department I was with against everybody else. And that's what they put inside of you. You understand me? And that's what I had inside of me until I met Commander Junior Hana. You understand? He started showing me that that's not right in this brotherhood. I always didn't take it but to a certain point, because no matter what, I knew I was black.
Right.
But even still, that pull of them against us is very, very hard to break. You understand me? And you are so few in these police departments, you want to fit in. A lot of departments around the country, they don't have a lot of black men on their department, the black women, and you want to fit in with them. Because they all your supervisors, your lieutenants, and sergeants, all of them. And you want to fit in. So you capitulate in some things to fit in or to get a special unit or something. And that's what happens with a lot of brothers in these departments, man. They capitulate to these things. And they see these things and ignore them. When they should not ignore these things. You understand me? They should not ignore these things, man.
Yeah.
They should not. But here's the beautiful part about it. You know, and that's why I love the UPK, man. Because I say this a lot, man. I thank the Lord because I could have, but I didn't. I left out that job with no blood on my hands, man. I thank the Lord for that, man. I thank the Lord, baby. I had no blood on my hands, brother. You know what I mean? And it got to the point to where it was getting so rough with me on that job to where they would do certain things and I would rebel against it out in the open. I ain't just a mama under. I want a cat that was mama under my breath. I said something. You know what I mean? One time they something was going on. It was wrong. So I went and locked up the bouncer board. And they was like, "What you doing?" What you mean what I'm doing? He bragged about what he did. It's assault. You want to lock up? I'm locking him up. The sergeant called me. I ignored him. He called me again. I said, "What?" He looked at me. I looked at him. He said, "Yo, calm down." I said, "No, that's wrong." And it was an off-duty firefighter that was on. He was out with his wife. And this is how I found out how it happened. He was so hyped up. He said, "Yo, that's wrong. That cat punched that woman in the face. They locked her up." He said, "Man, F this firefighting job. I knocked that in. And I grabbed him. I said, "Who did it?" I said, "Him." And he told me he did it. I said, "Good. I'm glad you said it, Mom. I'm going to lock your ass up." I cuffed him. They hollered at me. It's a stance that you're going to have to take against evil, man.
Yep.
You're going to have to take that stance against evil, and you can't be afraid to take that stance against evil. Just like that sister who got fired for reporting or not letting her partner do something against somebody that was wrong.
Right.
And about 20 years later, they want to reinstate her and give her her pension. When she was right all along, man. The cat was wrong.
That's right.
No matter which way you painted, man. He was not right in what he did, man. All this is not right neither, man. See that? All this is not right.
Counsel.
You know what I mean? All this is not right.
And so, like you said, tell me if I'm wrong too, sir. That whole suspension with pay is it basically saying the department you're working for is not seeing anything wrong with it, but they're gonna let the judge decide your fate?
No, what they're saying is that what you did, they're gonna look into it. So because they're looking into what you did, they're taking you off the streets. You're gonna be inside and get paid while you're inside. That's what's going on.
Boy.
Yeah, that's what's going on. A lot of times when they say, and like if you know something serious, it'll be suspended with intent to dismiss. That means that you're gone. It's over. It's over.
Gentlemen, if I could too, sir, like this same spirit you see in here, like how the one jump and slam the brother into the pole, and then the brother came out the elevator, and he got down on the ground. He rolled over, put his hands behind his back, and then they jumped in. This is the same spirit that Cuomo has. This is the same spirit that all them, Dr. Nasir has, who molest all them children. The same spirit of only the strong survive. Where if, like, okay, they had a shootout a few years ago with some biker gang down, I think in Texas, where they had a full-on shootout with the state troopers. And they drop all the charges on them. Why? Because, of course, that biker gang, of course, no one, they're oppressors just like them. And two, they see strength in them biker gangs where it's like, now they're fighting back. Like, as long as you don't have the power to make them stop, they're going to stop. Like, these are people not governed by a moral ethic or a moral compass. They don't have that thing in them that is like, let me stop. This is too much now. He's down on the ground. They don't have that. Like, they're going to beat him here. They're going to tase him. They're going to take him to the car, beat him up in the car. Take him to the station, slam him on the ground, throw him in the room. Like, this doesn't stop until a lawyer comes. And then they back off. This don't stop until, it make the news. And then everybody start doctoring the report and meeting and corroborating stories. So it doesn't stop until then. And Black Hispanic people, my people, Native Indian people, until you return to the Lord, who swore to be an enemy unto your enemies if you obey him. Like we'll forever be the victims of these oppressors because we are not strong enough on our own to fight them. We are absolutely not strong enough to say no. We are not strong enough to push back. We are not strong enough to make them stop. Like these oppressors, there's a reason in the book of Obadiah said they are going to be cut off forever.
Right.
There's a reason the Lord said he's going to deal with them the way they deal. Because these are people cannot feel for you. They can't feel, they can't see fear. They can't see you might be pissing yourself, defecating, throwing up, and be like, yo, hold up. I remember what it was like to throw up. I remember, I know what it's like to be this scared. They can't put themselves in that shoes. So they have to feel it with blood. They have to go in a cage. They have to go in the grave by the hands of God, of course. Because that's the only time they beg for mercy.
Right.
That's the only time they feel human. And when I say human, to feel human in a way that's vulnerable, that's not invincible. Like that's the humanity they need to feel, that you're not invincible, that you can be hurt, that you can be punished, that you can die. But we as a people right now, scattered everywhere, we don't have that father, as you were still talking about just now, General, to come in and defend the weak. You don't have that bigger brother. You don't have that because we don't serve our power. The Chinese serve their power, and some fat statue named Buddha will make sure they get a law in America. The East Indians don't have the power we have, but they worship the cow so good that they could become the vice president. You get the point? Like we should look at how they devote themselves to the heathen gods and see their achievements, and that should inspire us to now come together and serve our God. So now we can now see the fear in their eyes, and hear the quiver in their voice. Like that video the General played this week with Vox Booker. There's a part in the video where he walking away after the oppressors have him on the tree, and they say, "Bring the noose." And he's walking away and his pants is wet. And you would think it is wet from him being on the ground. This brother pissed himself. And then was saying, I'm okay, in a very high-pitched voice. They need some recompense. They need some power that's greater than their military and greater than all their nuclear this and all their technology to come down and bring the fear of God into them. Where they're shaking, and they can't think, and they don't know what to do, and they're just so goddamn scared. They need that. And without us coming back to the Lord and obeying the Lord, this is going to just be repeated over and over. Like the Lord waiting to do something to them. The Lord is waiting like any good father to do something to them. But if the child don't want to come home, what am I coming to rescue? What am I coming to save? It's absolutely ridiculous, man. Like they're earning the punishments that are coming to them. They're literally earning it. When the scripture says the blood is going to raise up to the horses' bridles, it's because of stuff like this. It's because of all the lynchings and the rapings and the stuff we don't even know about that's going on. Lift the brother up and drop him on his goddamn head. For what? Because he defied your order to stop? You don't do these to Arabs who blowing up buildings. Clock yourself.
And Mashak, if you go back to the beginning of what you played, he was being stopped for a traffic stop by the bike cop.
Right.
I mean, hip you to something. I don't know if they changed it now, but back then, a bike cop could not make a traffic stop. You in a goddamn bike, you were not in a car. Now, if there was a bunch of y'all, they would surround the vehicle and then try to stop with their guns drawn. But you were not supposed to stop a car or make a traffic stop when you're on a bike. You're on bike patrol, not car patrol, not vehicle patrol. You understand it?
Right, come on.
You're not supposed to. See? And he fled the scene of a traffic stop. A bike cop not supposed to make a traffic stop, especially by his damn self. Now, if there's like 8 or 9 of them, they'll surround the car and pull their guns out to make you stop. Even that they ain't supposed to be doing. You understand me? So all of this was wrong from the gate. Even if he did something wrong, you know when he got on this on him that he could have used? Bike Patrol 1, the radio. I got a so-and-so mail, the school had this and that direction, did this and the other, something. I just needed to stop him, X, Y, Z. So all you had to do is get on the radio and call him in. Then it came, and they had arrested him. Flying by the way, they got him, arrested him, or whatever.
Right.
But you ain't supposed to be trying to affect a stop by yourself. You understand me? All of it was wrong. And once you do that, then you're all wrong in the first place. And everything just went wrong, but that's from there. That call came out, and everybody had to get a piece of the action. They couldn't help themselves. Man.
Yeah.
You understand me? They couldn't help themselves. They had to, because the enemy is who they are. But I'm going to tell you who we are. The Lord won't pay you back for all the evil you have done to us. You understand me? All that excessive force that you have done, the evil things you have done, the Lord will. And you may say, okay, y'all crazy, y'all know what I'm talking about? You won't see what we talking about. Y'all thought the first COVID was bad.
Right.
This Delta variant with the black fungus, you wait till the Most High tear out the frame. The Lord bring that. We ain't bring that. The Most High do. You know why? Because of what you done to us, man.
Right.
You understand me? Because of how you enjoy to shed our blood. Like Captain Mashak said something very elegant. Right now, they're at war with a lot of the Arab nations. Taliban, X, Y, Z. You don't see them mistreating them over here. Right. They don't. But they mistreat us. And you want the Lord mistreat you. And it's coming. Because you deserve the punishment and the chastisement that's coming from the Lord for what you have done to his 12 tribes.
That's right.
Blind, Hispanic, Native Indians. What you have done to them. And you're going to pay, and you can't get away from it. I'm going to keep telling y'all what that cat Kilpatrick said. That is a punishment for what you have done to black people here in America. You might not want to listen. You might say, them Hebrews don't know what they're talking about. That's fine. But we know what God's word says. And God's word says that there's a punishment coming for what you have done, man.
That's right.
And you can't get out of it.
Right.
Somebody got a Zondervan Bible Dictionary. The shock somebody got a Zondervan Bible Dictionary and give me Edom, the last paragraph on Edom. Now, while they getting Edom, somebody give me Genesis 26 and 25 real fast.
We got Genesis for you, sir.
Read that for me, y'all.
Come. The book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 26.
Go to 22, brother.
Chapter 26, verse 22, sir?
Yeah, please.
Come. And he removed from thence and dig another well.
I'm sorry, Genesis 25 and 22, brother.
Come. Genesis chapter 25, verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
And the children struggled together within her.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. Back then,
when it said that Isaac's wife couldn't have children for a while because she knew it was the Lord. So she finally got pregnant, and in her womb is a problem. Say, what's going on here, Lord? What's going on? And the Most High will tell her, now, drop down to verse 24.
Come. Verse 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb.
Go ahead.
Come. And the first came out red, all over like a hairy garment. And they called his name Esau.
The first one came out red, all over like a hairy garment. Who's the red man on the earth, man? They say the Native Indians, but no, it's not.
Right.
When it gets too hot, who gets burnt red in the face and the skin?
Right.
Who? When it gets too cold, whose cheeks get rosy red? When they get too upset, they fight and act and get drunk. Whose face turns flush red?
That's right.
Who gets hairy like a garment? What people on the earth? Just like Cousin It from the Addams Family and the caveman from the Geico commercial.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about. And for all you simple behind Negroes who don't know what you're talking about, thinking it's talking about the Arabs or whoever the hell else y'all talking about, it ain't talking about them.
Right.
Only one racial Africans like this here. They live in America, they live in Great Britain, they live in Russia, they live in Scotland. You know what I mean? Germany, Denmark, they're all over the world right now. All over Earth. One race. One race. And they called his name Esau, and the Hebrew was Aishah. Why? Aishah means wasted away is he. Now, give me Genesis 36 real fast.
Okay.
Genesis 36 and 1, real fast.
Okay. Genesis chapter 36, verse 1. Now these are the generations of Esau.
Now, he said he's going to have a son, his name will be Esau. He got sons. Generations mean his sons. Go ahead.
Okay. Who is Edom?
Who is who?
Edom.
Now, y'all got the definition of Edom. Hold on to that for me real fast, all right?
General, we have it right here.
All right, hold that real quick, Night Doc. Go to 89.
Okay. Verse 8. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir.
Go ahead.
Esau is Edom.
Esau dwelt where? In Mount Seir, man. The mountainous regions, the Caucasus Mountains, man. Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 9. And these are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites in Mount Seir.
And where?
Mount Seir.
And Mount Seir. Now give me Edom out the Bible dictionary, brother.
All right. Go ahead.
Start from the first page, but it says Edom. Go ahead.
Starts on the first page where it says Edom.
So, like a general, this is Edom in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. Edom, the nation and its people who were the descendants of Esau.
Hold on, before you say the nation, what did it say after Edom? In parentheses.
Edomites.
Go ahead, read on.
Where the part where it says hairy and red, or red.
Go on. He found like it. The nation and his people who were descendants of Esau.
Go ahead.
Edomites, red.
That's what I want. It says Edom or Edomites, and it says red. Why? Why did it say red? Because the Bible said they would come up red and hairy all over.
That's right.
That's why it says red.
That's right.
That's their characteristic. That's who they are. The Bible said they struggled in the womb. Our forefathers fought with them in the womb, baby. And that struggle's still going on right now.
That's right.
It's still here. You got to know who you're dealing with. And what your plot is in life.
That's right.
And who they are. It said Esau came out red hair all over it. And the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, man, was written by white scholars, our precious scholars. They did research in that Bible. And this is what they found. They found out about Esau. They said Edom. That's why I had you go to Genesis 36 and 1, where it says, these are the generations of Esau, who was Edom.
Right.
They lived in Mount Seir.
That's right.
The brother reading out of the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, where it says Edom, red. Continue reading, brother. Take it from the top.
Come, sir.
General, you want to skip to the end?
No, not yet. I want to read one more time from the top. Then we can go to the end.
Come. Edom, Edomites, red, the nation and its people who were
the nation. That's why this goes directly to Genesis 36 and 1. And Genesis 36, 8 and 9. Because it tell you the Edomites, the nation and its people. Now go to the very last paragraph, brother. Now we're going to go there, nice.
So like a general, Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as the scene of great future judgments.
Why is this going to be the scene of great future judgment, man? Because this is where Yahweh and them 100 million, 200 million angels are coming first. This place called America is going to be the scene of great future judgment.
That's right.
According to the scriptures, man.
That's it. So like you said, because of the crimes, like what we just, we just, witness on HD camera,
Listen, man, they earn their punishment from the Lord.
Come on.
Go ahead.
Come on, sir.
If you could just say again where we are.
All right, for the sister Cynthia Cox Thomas, we first went to Genesis 25. We did verse 22. Then we did 24, 25, and 26. Then we went to Genesis 36 and 1. Then verses 8 and 9. All right? Keep on reading, brother. Let's go.
Come on, so to what?
Come on, General. She is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from God.
Woo, see that, right? All the other nations will get some mercy. You know that mercy going to be serving us.
Right. That's right.
You know what I mean? Serving us.
That's right.
Because of what they did to us, the Lord said they're going to be like dung, like they never existed before on the earth. You're going to look for them, they ain't going to be there no more.
Right.
You understand me? For all the crimes you committed to us. The punishment coming, you earned that punishment, man, for the evil you're doing. You earned it.
That's right.
Now you're earning what you're getting, man.
Yeah.
And it's coming from the Lord.
Come.
And let me tell you, all we got to do is get in here and change our lives, man.
That's right.
Each and every brother, sister, in the sound of our voice, in the eye of the one listening, you got to learn how to be a brother again and be a sister again and change our lives, man.
That's right.
That's what we need to do right here.
That's right.
The Lord going to take care of the rest, baby. The prophecy is written. They going to pay for it. They don't say that they're going to pay for it, but they're going to pay for what they did to us. And the Lord going to make sure they pay.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And they being who they supposed to be. We got to be who we supposed to be. You understand? Let them be. They can do what they're going to do. We got to do what's right now according to the Lord. You understand? So that's how I want to bring it out, Mashak. That's all, brother. Anybody got anything else they want to bring up?
No, so none. Listen.
John Johnson, you're right.
Yes.
You understand? Yeah.
So you got two more stories. I know we right up on the time too. So you want to do the two or just one? It should be two short ones. We got Allison Felix. I know before we had mentioned we had talked about her with the Olympics. You remember how Nike was trying to jam her up with her sponsorship because of course she got pregnant. She for the oppressor, she did the unfortunate thing for a slave and gone and got knocked up. And now she can't work, she can't pick as much cotton. And she broke away from that damn, plantation called Nike, made her own brand, qualified for the Olympics as a mother, right? After she gave birth to her child, and I believe she did C-section, which is, it's rough on her sister's, abs and stomach, which she need for running. Went and qualified for the Olympics too. And, got a bronze medal. And I believe the bronze medal she got, it makes her now officially, without a doubt, the most decorated track female athlete ever. I mean, with a career in the Olympics, that's just, ridiculous. So I wanted just to, touch on it because, of course, she was damn near, vilified for, daring to get pregnant and be a woman. You know what I mean? In a time where men could dye their hair and get a lace front and go to the Olympics as women. Like, this woman is a real woman, made a damn baby, you know, went and made her own brand, her own shoes, ran in her own shoes, and made sure other people didn't get medals. You know what I mean? Like this year, this is an athlete. You know, of course, we ain't encouraging anybody to go be an athlete for this empire, but she definitely deserves some recognition for her stand. Again, you know, she had enough in her. You know, as you say, so she had enough gumption in her to stand against the evil.
That's right.
That, you know, that would encourage her to kill this baby she got right here. She's not.
Let me say something, Shaq.
Yes, sir.
If anybody can look up the movie called Lackawanna Blues, then Commander Gene Hanna, General Muhammad pointed out years ago, Lackawanna Blues, right? In that movie, it shows you the kind of neighborhoods we had pre-Martin Luther King, where we were self-sufficient. What she did was go back to being self-sufficient. You understand me? She dropped that sponsorship that was trying to oppress her and became self-sufficient. You understand me? Look what happened because of being self-sufficient. That's what we got to go back to today, man. You know what I mean? That movie Lackawanna Blues is heavy, man.
Yes,
it showed you pre-civil rights.
Yep.
Or how our neighborhoods was, how we had Big Mama take care of everything, keep governing everything, cooking, cleaning, keeping shit in order, the whole nine. You know what I mean? Keeping the house right. You know what I mean? Her and her husband people, but she don't go out there and be no hoe. She stayed with him. It shows you everything we need to be right. But then here comes civil rights to destroy all of that, man.
Right.
What she did is in that movie where we know that all we need is each other to get it right.
That's right.
That's all.
That's it.
It's simple, man.
Yes, sir.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead, Doc.
You so right, Sally. Even in that movie, like the sister, the house she had, it down there served as a house where brothers who, you know, would come home from prison could come in there, have a place to stay, have a job, you know, and she would take care of everything. So much. And you were so right with that thing where her husband, who was played by Terrence Howard in the show, you know, today, in today's movies, he would be a villain. He'd be a womanizer and this because he had other women and she didn't care. She made sure he was fed and had his coffee and had a place to stay as long as he come back home. She even said in the movie, like, you could go out, but you got to come back home. Like, the movie is such a heavy movie. You was right, so I definitely saw it.
Damn right, man. Damn right. So let's go to the next story.
And stuff like that. All the addicts and stuff, she took care of them. You know what I mean? Was, you know, put up money for the funeral. This one missing. Like, she was down there like what them big-headed Christians like to say Deborah is. Or Deborah is. Like, that's who she really was. But they wasn't trying to teach the Bible. She was taking care of Israel.
And listen, she would see problems and she would settle them. People beefing, and she would hear it out. I'm like, you know what? No, you're wrong. Chill out. You shouldn't be doing something. You know what I mean? She gave right judgment. We had those things. Right. Civil rights. But we had everything we needed amongst ourselves. Civil rights. Which why now we ain't got nothing now. We so damn restored. You understand? Because the system wasn't good enough for this man. All right. Next story.
But good to real quick, sir, on that, right? Today in 2021, a sister like that will be looked at as, girl, you overworking yourself. Don't worry about them. You take care of you because you're gonna die this and this and that. When it should have always been that way. It should have been not just a sister, but brothers to care for the neighborhood like that. It should have been like that in 2021. Something that is foreign, but thanks be to the Most High in Christ, the ICBK is that.
That's
damn right, brother. Damn right.
Never the thing that the church never shows you. That's what I want to say.
Damn right, brother.
And Slacky, just a sidebar for all the viewers. The 100 meters still belong to black people. You know what I mean? Because they'll go see a so-called the brother is he running for Italy.
Yeah.
But his father is one of them servicemen from the military. His mother is, I think, is Italian.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's it still belongs to the black people.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're the fastest.
Can't touch it, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I know, because you were that damn Mashak. I used to watch y'all at Hebrew Academy. Yeah, but we was at Hebrew Academy together, and y'all ran up and down that field like it wasn't nothing. But I just see you on that side. What the hell you coming up over here? I was like, well, shit. Look at my thing. I'm a shot.
Yeah, man.
All right, let's go to that story real quick, Mashak.
Okay, yeah, the last one here. This is again with the COVID, so like they do a whole story on this COVID, so where they you know now if you talk to any nurse right now and in different hospitals around, they'll tell you that this so-called the millennial, the Generation Z, I think they call them. You know, the millennials who right now in the early 20s. They're the ones who buy in a whole lot to that conspiracy theory about the vaccine going to change your DNA and blah, blah, blah. And more of them, they're in a whole turn in the new COVID cases where more of them are being hospitalized and have to put on breathing machines and life support because their lungs are so jammed up. They already started doing studies between vaccinated lungs and unvaccinated lungs. And this is what they started finding. A year into the damn plague.
So these are what unvaccinated COVID-19 lungs look like. If you see all the white here, that's the virus taking over. And if we take a look over here, this is what vaccinated COVID-19 lungs look like. All of that black means that the lungs are filled with air, and that's what lungs could look like.
The lungs are supposed to be full of air, and air on an X-ray looks black.
Dr. Ghassan Kamel is the director of the medical ICU at Slough Hospital. Most of his patients aren't inoculated. Here's an unvaccinated X-ray.
With the X-ray looking like that, they definitely at least would require oxygen, and sometimes they would require more than just oxygen. They might require the ventilator and being what we call intubated on mechanical ventilation, sedated, and on basically the life support.
Yet for the vaccinated one, they may not even need to go to a hospital. And if they do,
are not requiring ICU admission or mechanical ventilation or life support.
This vaccinated X-ray is a breakthrough case in which less than 1% of vaccinated people get COVID. And new data from the CDC shows vaccinated folks who get the virus can spread it as easily as unvaccinated people.
The vaccine from getting really sick, but it doesn't protect you from passing it on to your neighbors or your loved ones.
That's why the CDC came out again saying mask up.
Wearing a mask is important.
So they're going into the whole thing with wearing the mask again. But I definitely wanted to show in the story how they done doing studies already. As the general was bringing out on Thursday class, they're already doing studies on the lung capacity of people who've been vaccinated and people who haven't.
Right.
Because this thing attacks your respiratory system, it's showing you the diminished capacity of your lungs. Like damn near, this thing is working faster than the cigarettes you're smoking. That it's killing you. And everybody is so scared of this, but nobody ain't scared of dying though until they end up in that hospital bed.
So like nobody's scared of smoking and doing drugs.
Right.
You hear me?
Right. They're scared of the COVID, but everything else is still killing you.
Yeah.
They're scared of the COVID vaccine, I should say, but they ain't scared of nothing else. Like this here is the proof that your leadership is failed and they don't know what the hell they're doing. To tell you to not, to encourage you in all the conspiracy theories and stuff like that. Go get the damn thing, man. Go get the thing. They're telling you could survive and you're not going to be as sick. It's not going to, run through your whole system with no defense. Go get them. They already doing studies because so many people, and the thing is that the younger generation who was refusing the treatment because, of course, with youth come a certain sense of invincibility that you can't be touched. And that, again, you're seeing the results of it. Like they're doing these studies now to show you the lungs is getting jammed up. it's getting all the way jammed up, and everybody is scared of the vaccine. You know, don't be scared of the vaccine. Be scared of the Lord. Be scared of the Lord so much that you could obey the men of the Lord when they tell you, go see a doctor, make sure you're good, and go get that shot. It'll save your life. You know, you don't have to. If you don't want to, you know, we could be looking at your lungs next year. We could be looking at your lungs right now next year with all this, you know, all this white stuff over. This lung got, I don't know what it is they're running in there. Cable, Wi-Fi, Fios. They're running Fios all up and down your lung, Verizon in your damn lungs. Running all kind of wires in there because you can't breathe. Because, you know, you scared. You fully scared. Your leadership is weak. Your leadership is poor. It ain't prepared for the day of affliction. It ain't prepared for this time. And you are sitting duck out there.
Mashak, can somebody give me Zechariah 5:1 real fast? Because the Lord said this here, when the Most High punished the earth and punished Israel, David saw an angel with a sword sheath over the land, swinging it, and thousands was dying. You understand me? I'm going to show you Zechariah 5:1. We're going to read down to verse 4. Because this is going on what the Lord wants it going on, man. You know what I mean? And he said he's not going to take the flying roll with the chariots out of the house of the thief.
Right.
For the evil y'all have done to us, man, the Lord is punishing you.
Right.
Here. And for those who want to, you know, not come back to the Most High, you will be punished too as well.
Right.
Read, you got it.
Come. The book of Zechariah, chapter 5, verse 1. Then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll.
Go ahead.
Come. And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits.
I mean, he's seen this flying roll. What are you talking about? These flying, so-called flying saucers. They call them UFOs, but they're really IFOs. They are not unidentified. They are identified. They're the chariots of the Lord, man.
Right.
You understand? Keep on reading.
Okay. Verse 3. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth.
Go ahead.
For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it. And everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it.
Who stole on the face of the earth? There's only one race that did it, man. Why do you say one race? All of them did it. They all did it. But there's one chief component who surpassed everybody in the theft and the stealing, man.
Right.
Go ahead.
I will come, sir. Verse 4. I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief.
Go ahead.
And into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name.
Go ahead.
And it shall remain in the midst of his house.
Go ahead.
And shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof.
The Lord says it's going to remain in that house, man. The Lord is making this thing remain in that house.
Right.
You understand me? For the evil they have done. But it's why Mashak showed you what he showed you. Vaccinated, unvaccinated. The Lord ain't letting it go nowhere.
Right.
The Lord is keeping it here. It's going to remain here. Because this is punishment for the Most High.
That's right.
And let me tell you something. The Most High's answer Esau back kind of quick too. The more you do things to us unjustly, the Lord going to repay you back quickly, man.
Right.
That's right.
You know, forest fires in California are, man. What do you think? What do you think COVID-19 is? And all the other things that are going on. That's your punishment for what you did to us, man. And it's going to get worse for you. As for us, and the truth, we're going to be all right. What's that song? We're going to be all right.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Y'all know that song, right? We're going to be all right. That's going to be us. While the whole earth suffer for what they have done to us, man.
That's right. And so, like you said,
go ahead.
These are article here too, and if I could bring it also This was written, I think, August the 5th, but it's from PG County, right? So it says this: vaccine disinformation flyer circulating in Prince George's County. A flyer with COVID-19 disinformation appears to be targeting the African American community in PG County. Right now, this is what it's saying. So these on the flyer. I'm gonna just read like maybe 4 points on it. So they say, did you know, right? All COVID-19 vaccines are unapproved by the FDA. All COVID-19 vaccines are experimental, and we are the test subjects, right? These vaccines do not prevent infection, not the spread of COVID-19. COVID-19 vaccines on animal cause antibody dependent enhancement, some ADE, which led to death. So now is about 5 more, 6 more, you know what I mean? Of course, disinformation that they're trying to push on the African American community, meaning the Blacks and Hispanic community and Native Indian community.
Right.
Trying to push this on us so that we die. You understand? While they in North Carolina, they fitted to throw away about 200,000 of the drugs. You understand? Black people are gonna die because of this.
Yeah.
And this is the, you know what I mean, the white man who is the devil, he pushing this on us.
Yep.
You understand?
The same way during the riots, they was paying young brothers out there money to go out there and destroy. Like them riots, they was paying them young brothers money to go out there and destroy the loot. Let's give them money for that, man. You know what I mean? And the same way they put disinformation, they don't want us to kill ourselves. Let me tell you something, man. That's the beauty of being in the ISUPK.
Right.
Because we got a leader that's gonna make righteous judgment, man, and make sure we all know righteous judgment, man.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I would have got my damn shot.
That's right.
I would have got my shot and utilized what these all had and got my shot, got my whole family shot up, they all got theirs. You understand me? And now you see the results of what's going on here, man. You understand? You see the results of it, man.
Yeah.
And that's more proof. That's more proof, brother, that them flying rolls are not going to leave up out of here.
Yes, sir.
Because of all the evil they do to us and continue to do. You understand me? They're not going nowhere. You understand? They're not.
Yes, sir.
Come on.
All right, so anybody got anything else? If not, let's get up out of here, man. Let me tell y'all something, man. Y'all be held it down for Commander Junior how the Lord's will. He'll be back next Saturday. You know what I mean? Lord's will, he'll be here Monday for Black Watch. You know what I mean? Was it .com or .net?
Blackwatch.news. Blackwatch.news. If I could, so let me just see if I could pull up, get our website up.
Go ahead, brother. I keep saying it all wrong. Come on.
Oh, okay. No sweat, sir. No sweat, sir. Blackwatch.news. Blackwatch.news. You'll go check out that website right now. Hit that subscribe button right up here, right in the center of the page. General got all the latest videos, all he did. You know what I mean? Backed up all the way. Go check out this website right now, blackwatch.news. You'll see how it roll out. Blackwatch.news. You know what I mean? Go subscribe to this is the website General done put together. Blackwatch.news. Get your name on that mailing list. Stay up to date with that website. Again, on YouTube, it's the same Blackwatch News. You just type in Blackwatch, one word, Blackwatch News, and you go and you go subscribe to that YouTube channel, Blackwatch News, if you want to be, up to date with everything that's going on with the General. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, 9 p.m., Blackwatch News. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button, Blackwatch News. Come check it out. See everything live here. All the videos is there. Hit that subscribe button. Everything is up to date. on YouTube, Black Watch News, Black Watch News. And of course, the website is blackwatch.news.
And Mashak, I'm gonna say one more thing. I forgot to bring this up. While these simple behind Negroes is hollering about the vaccine, this, the vaccine, that, y'all still smoking cigarette, smoking weed, snorting coke, shooting up heroin, and now the new thing is you're burning sage in your house. But you're worried about the vaccine. Are you kidding me?
Right.
You're doing everything wrong to get yourself killed, but you're worried about the damn vaccine. You know what I mean? The reason why you don't want to take the vaccine is because you're sinners out there and you drug addicts. That's it, Mr. I'm done.
That's it, sir. Tell him, you're so right, sir. I see in the comment, how can you trust anything from the government? Listen, a lot of people they don't understand things like the brothers in the UPK. What we're saying to do is not from the government.
Right.
What we're saying to do is from the Lord. I mean, when Moses went and told people, put that blood over your door, I'm sure, if you was there, you'd have asked, how could blood help us? How could blood over the door help us? But guess what? Everybody who put blood over the door lived. When Mattathias said, those who want to serve the Lord, follow me up into the mountains, I'm sure you would have said, you just a man. I ain't following no man. But guess what? They live. And then people who went into the wilderness, they got slaughtered. They died.
And so, like, what the time we was in the wilderness and the snakes was biting us, Christ make reference to what Moses did in that wilderness when the snake was biting us, and Moses had to raise the rod. And you looked at it. You know what I mean? What you I say? Ain't looking at no rod going to stop me from dying from this poison.
Right.
You understand? And when you did it thousands of years ago and live.
Exactly.
What you're talking about now.
And if I could too, go ahead, Ash.
Yeah, I want to say, so how can you trust anything from the government? But you trust, and they sent you a stimulus check, didn't they? And you got that dropped into your bank account, didn't you? It came from the government. We kept the Mashaka saying, don't come from the government, come from the Lord, and you should pay attention.
Exactly. Is the Lord Tawada? It's definitely the Lord, where it's recorded in the Bible how the Egyptians thrust upon us all their riches, it thrust upon us all their wealth when their kingdom was falling, and they was pushing us out. They couldn't wait to get us out of Egypt. You know what I mean? And just so yes, sir.
You can keep on going, brother, but while you're going, have a brother give me Ecclesiastes 38 and 1. Go fast. Keep on going. I'm gonna bring it out when you're done.
Yes, sir. To what too, sir. And just to bring out what Nathak was bringing out there, like most of y'all see, most everybody know the sign here, where the serpent on the staff, and that's what Christ was referring to. And he said, just as Moses lifted up the serpent on the staff over the children of Israel, who was healed from that snake bite, so shall the Son of Man be lifted up. Like, you don't understand. When we say you could go get it, this is from the Lord.
That's right.
Once again, the home of the truth. If it comes from the mouth of the prophet, believe it's from the Lord. This is not about trusting any government. This is not about turning your back on the Lord. The man of the Lord said, listen, go get yourself it, man. And the man of the Lord said, if you don't want it, then don't get it. But this statement here proves that you're scared. And your next question, is it biblical? Everything out our mouth is biblical.
That's
right. Now, with that being said, Machop,
yes, sir.
The Bible says, Moses said in the Bible, choose this day life or choose death.
Yes, sir.
You choose life by following the Lord, say follow, through death by not following the Lord, say do. And you follow the Lord, say do through his prophets. Now give me Ecclesiastes 38 and 1. This should hopefully answer Hebrews' question. Yes, it is biblical. Read.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 38, verse 1. Honor a physician.
That's right.
With the honor due unto him, for the uses which ye may have of him. For the Lord hath created him.
Drop down to verse 3.
Verse 3. The skill of the physician shall lift up his head, and in the sight of great men he shall be an admiration.
Go ahead, keep on reading.
The Lord hath created medicines out of the earth.
Say it again.
The Lord hath created medicines out of the earth.
Go ahead.
And he that is wise will not abhor them.
You know what the word abhor means? Hate. If you smart, you will not hate the medicine the Lord had raised them out of the earth. You know what I mean? Coming from the men that he said honor, who are the physicians. Keep on reading.
Come on. Verse 5. Was not the water made sweet with wood, that the virtue thereof might be known?
Go ahead.
And he hath given men skill, that he might be honored in his marvelous works.
Go ahead.
With such doth he heal men, and taketh away their pains.
There you go. And that's your answer right there. And that's the answer for anybody who has big questions about it, who doubt it in their mind. It is biblical, man. And yeah, we're supposed to. You understand me? How do you not have a diabetic attack? If you got type 2 diabetes, take your damn medicine. Now you're going to die.
Right.
If you got high blood pressure, how you going to not have the high blood pressure? You're going to take your damn medicine unless your ass die.
Right.
If you got asthma and you can't control your breathing, how you going to stop yourself from having an asthma attack? You got your pump or the treatment you got to give yourself or give your children.
Right. Right.
Which came from physicians or doctors. To give to you to help you live because you got an illness. That's the whole point. That's all it is. You understand me? You make it immortal. And let me tell you something. The more you make this an issue, the more you ignore being righteous to the Most High. That shit is a distraction. You understand? It's a distraction. What you do now, knowing what the Lord said, you take it, you do it. After this and now, you focus on being the most righteous brother and sister that the Lord said, and you're gonna be fine.
That's right.
So, like I said, if I can get this last scripture here, so Isaiah 54:17.
Go ahead.
All right, for unbelievers, for brothers and sisters who claim they believe in the Bible, right? Read this.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 54, verse 17. No weapon that is formed against thee.
Right, you claim that what? That the vaccine is the government trying to weaponize it, trying to use it to kill black people, Hispanics, and Native Indian people, right? Read on.
No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper.
Shall prosper. We the Lord's people. You understand? The Lord will see the white man die first than us if we turn and obey him. You understand? Don't be scared. It's just a needle. You understand? And to think that the white man trying to kill us off. If you try to kill us off, who gonna do all the work? Who gonna take his trash out?
Right.
Who gonna babysit his kids? You understand? Who gonna mow his lawn? Who gonna make all the money? Who gonna build the kingdom that he is in right now? You go get him what them Africans and them who have serious heart issues. You put them in the sun to work like us, they're gonna drop dead.
Yeah.
You gonna get the Arabs to come and work? A wild man, as the Bible call it? Nah, Negro. Go take the vaccine, man. And that's it, sir.
The Most High in Christ. And do me one thing. Rashad, type this scripture into the chat. I ain't gonna break it down and go into it. Type in 2 Ezra 2:26. Because we in a time when everybody gonna mourn on the earth except for the nation of Israel. The Lord said it. But for us to get this here, we got to do what the Bible says in Psalm 91. We got to do what the Lord said, to make him our heads. We do make him our heads by what we do for him. And by us doing right by him is how we will get the protection from the Lord. And let me tell you something. The righteousness don't stop at the one time. This is a continual thing. We got to endure until the end. You understand me? Until the end. Until our king come back here the second time. We got to fight to be righteous all the time. You know what I mean? To fight them demons out of our head, out of our skulls. To get right with the Most High, put our faith with him. You understand me? With that being Mashak said, we're trying to get up out of here. Hey, I'll see y'all next week, man. Low and loud, man. Live on BlackWatch.net. News.com. Is that right? Did I say it right?
Blackwatch.news.
Shit.
Blackwatch.news. Blackwatch.news.
Oh, man. I thought I was saying something, Chuck. You know, I paused like I was saying something. Pause. Boom. Pause. I thought I was saying something, man. Both sides Christ, man. Pay your tithes and Skyline Alive on UPK, man.
Captain, it was today's years old when they learned about Blackwatch.news. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, God.
I'm gonna get it right.
God, sir. Don't sweat, sir.
But the go live got all eyes on me. Give a damn what they talk about. Got soldiers ride with me, and they know I'm lethal. I got my reach. Said I was gonna get it. They gon' see it, but they ain't gon' believe. Can't stop, I can't now. Hold on, let me get the breakdown. Train to go like a K9. I'm about to let my light shine. We piped up till the pipe down. These niggas selling pipe dreams. Baby girl, you sweet as ice cream, and I need it. You better believe. Sit back, look at my cheeks. Why you had to check my demeanor? Competition ain't free. I'm about to take him to the cleats. They gon' get started depressed. We not start no mess. These niggas petty, and I'm not impressed. I have him holding his chest, like he having heart attacks. Told you I'm hard to death. I know that they see it, but they don't believe. Look at him so misleading. 144, mission complete. We undefeated, you better believe. Fuck being equal, I'm getting equal. Drop a line note, like a bomb motor. Prepare for the fallout. One way solid, what you talking about? Me and my nigga about to ball out. These little nigga better bow out. Tell him rank up, tell him fall out. I'm on my job, I can't call out. I'm in the wind, I want it all now. Don't give a damn about the track record, little nigga, you about to lose today. Look, I got moves to make. You can even move, you can get moved away. Choose your fate. Most of these fools, they fake. Ain't got a card to play. Nigga, ain't hard to break. It's gonna get dark today, like the rest of Sean told the hard way. Nigga, way out of your league, please believe. But the go live got all eyes on me. Give a damn what they talk about. Got soldiers ride with me, and they know I'm lethal. I got my reasons. I'm gon' get it. Know they gon' see, but they ain't gon' believe. Sick with it, now you know that. Fuck the world, I can't go back. Ain't no coward, I don't know that. Bitch, I'd rather take a toe tag. Run it up, you know I'm good to go. Work my ball, you know I'm good as gold. They want smoke, got revenge naked in my bedroom doing the Tootsie Roll. Big dog niggas, I'm trying. It's my time. You way out of line, way out of bounds. Oh, you ain't noticed the line. That on my flow is a vibe. I know it's gon' be stressful. I know it's gon' be pressure. Gotta stay focused. It's a cruel world, baby girl. I should be a soldier. You should be my loaded. It feel like something controlling me. Spirit take over me, holding me high. Believe me, it's over. Look over my shoulder and I see my soldiers and they ain't no play. He's spitting fake. He real, but I'm realer. Fucking lead, I don't feel him. Fucking God, I don't feel him. Cut his eye, I'm about to kill him. Wait, hold up, let me catch the rhythm. Okay, I got it, I'm ready. He crossed that line, he gon' regret it. No high rock, I rock it steady. Hope he keep it going steady. You better believe me. Certified, one west solid, it ain't hard to tell. Can't let this hard as hell. These people raise this nigga, better watch yourself. I'm getting this mail. Chasing them blue faces like I'm Gargamel. And I work too hard to fail. Glock with me, gotta guard yourself. You know why I keep it, they try to come get me, I'm squeezing, you better believe. But the go live got all eyes on me. Give a damn what they talk about. Got soldiers ride with me, and they know I'm lethal. I got my reasons. I'm gon' get it. Know they gon' see, but they ain't gon' believe.